Assalamualaikum and welcome dear students of class 10th. Today I am going to teach you poem number 1 on page number 76 of your English course book, that is Prayer, written by G.A. Mehjoor, Ghulam Ahmad Mehjoor. Let us start what the poem is about. Firstly, I am going to tell you about Ghulam Ahmad Mehjoor. The poem is originally written by Ghulam Ahmad Mehjoor. He was born on August 11 in the year 1887 in Mitragam area of Pulwama of South Kashmir and died at the age of 66 on April 9 in the year 1952. So, in this poem, you will see man being superior to all the other creatures is ultimately helpless and submissive to Almighty Allah. In the poem Prayer, the poet begs to Almighty Allah in a desperate and earnest way to provide him with knowledge and to save him from sluggishness, weakness, and ignorance. Now, this poem is actually addressed to God. The poet implores his Lord to lead him to the path of truth. He has been, since long past, dwelling in a house of ignorance. So he requests his Lord to pour upon him the nectar of knowledge. He wants his Lord to be He wants his Lord to be receptive to his wailings and pleas, and give him rid of all ills and pains. He implores him be always kind to him so that he will never feel himself in want. He requests God to save him from sloth, infirmity, and doubt, and fill his heart with passion, zest, and hope. The poet also begs his Lord to spare him from chanting sleep, inducing tales, and instead let him sing such songs that will infuse life death into the dead. He wants his songs should inspire people with love and remove hatred from them. He aspires his life should flourish with spring blossoms and it is spared from stifling heat of summer. He wants to be awakened with flowers in the first stroke of dawn. The poet also implores his Lord not to put him to harsh tests, lest his human form should be put to shame. The poet has always felt being deserted by the people, so he implores his Lord not to desert him. So, if we see Ghulam Ahmad Mehjoor, he had written this poem and it has been translated from Kashmiri by Professor J.R. Malik. So, Ghulam Ahmad Mehjoor was also known as Shair Kashmir. So, I have already told you this poem is addressed to God. It is in the form of prayer. The poet seeks from God to guide him the path of truth. And he also tells God that he has been living a life full of ignorance, and requests the God to give him nectar of knowledge. Also, if we see in the end of the poem, the poet says to Lord that in the form he looks a human being, but fact is that he does not possess humanity. Therefore, he requests Almighty Allah to save him against the bitter tests of life, so as his human form will not feel shame and guilt in their failure. The poet is not afraid about people who may leave him alone, but he eagerly requested his Lord not to leave him alone any time. So, if we see, Mahjur has profound confidence in the power and supremacy of God, and he additionally has firm faith in the endowments of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He believes that the salvation of man from a wide range of troubles and challenges is conceivable just when one would dedicate himself to God and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He demonstrates the soul and dedication in these verses. You must have have heard them. That is in Kashmiri Sahibu Sacham me chani vat me aslich hautam kut kala roz bezan zan hun mas chautam. So this is the Kashmiri version of this prayer. You have already I have already taught you in ninth class. There was prayer for strong. There was a poem written by Sir Muhammad Iqbal, and it was English version of the prayer "La pe aati hai dua ban." So this is in the same way the English version of the prayer Sahibu Sacham me chani vat me aslich havdam. Lord, you are my hope and trust. Lead me the way of truth. Kut kala roz bezan zani hunumas chautam. How long shall I dwell in ignorance? Pour me the nectar of knowledge. I am providing you the Kashmiri version of this also. You will listen forward to the video and understand it well. This was without further ado. Thank you. Have a good day. Welcome and welcome dear students of Master. In this I am going to teach you from number 1 until number 64 in this class.
Sahibo Sacham chani vat me aslich hautam. 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 शबनम के पर आवाज़ तू कर इंतज़ार। शबनम के पर आवाज़ तू कर इंतज़ार। मुड़ नीचे अलवार पोशन, मुड़ नीचे अलवार पोशन, सूचले उज़ला Sahibo Sacham chani vat me aslich hautam. शक्ल छुस इंसान मगर इंसानियत निश